Welcome back to another edition of Focus Forward here on Studio 3. My name is Jamie Salinas, Executive Director of Forward Worthington, of course, Chamber of Commerce, Convention and Visitors Bureau, and Worthington Regional Economic Development Corporation for the Worthington area. This time out here on Oxford Street. And we're at the strip mall right next door to Ace, Schwalbach Ace Hardware and Scooter's Coffee. And we are here at Kustom Threadz. We're talking to Haley Brandel. She owns the place here now. So, Haley, thanks a lot for coming on. Of course, we appreciate you every day. And you're welcome. You're welcome. Kustom Threadz, how long have you been owning this place?
I have owned this place since August of 2022. I bought it from Young Harvey. And a lot of people are like, I didn't realize it was for sale. And I said it wasn't. I just asked her if she wanted to sell it, and now I own it.
And you know what? That's how a lot of business gets done. Not everybody knows that something is for sale, but if you just go up to them, it's like, hey, are you interested in selling this place? And I mean, they're either going to say yes or they're going to say no. And if they say yes, and then that's when the negotiations start and all that stuff.
For sale. Everything's for sale for the right price.
Right, exactly. Everybody has their price. So talk about, I mean, we're standing in front of a lot of your equipment right here. Of course, you're continuing the vast majority of what Young Harvey had been doing, you know, of Young Harvey, of Harvey Sign Company fame. Talk about what you guys do as far as apparel and stuff.
So we are apparel decorators. That's kind of like what our title is.
Apparel decorators?
Yep, that's what's called.
I've never heard that. You made that up.
No, that's what it's called, apparel decorators, because we decorate apparel. We can do all sorts of different things. Everyone's like, what brands do you get? We can do Adidas, we can do Nike, Carhartt. We can get those. Bella Canvas, Gildan, all sorts of stuff. We'll also decorate on stuff that you bring us if you choose to. We do a couple different processes here. Embroidery is kind of my favorite thing to do. We have what is called the 6-head Tajima embroidery machine, which means we can do 6 things at once. It has to be the same thing, but it's really cool to see it running. We can do hats, we can do polos. It's the coolest thing ever, and it's loud, but it's great. We also do a process here. A lot of people ask if we do screen printing. We don't do screen printing. What we do is a process called direct to film, which is kind of a newer way of doing things. Basically, we take a design and we print it onto a film, and then we add melting powder to it. We put it through a conveyor belt to dry it, and then it's ready to be put on the shirt. So it's kind of, instead of rolling the ink, the big messy process, ours is not messy.
Oh, okay. And so this doesn't involve, because I mean, with screen printing, of course, you're putting that stuff directly onto the shirts, and
right.
That's part of the whole process. But this is almost kind of a 2-part process then, right?
It is, yeah. It ends up being, gosh, I don't even know, probably most of the time a 6 or 7-part process.
Oh, wow.
Per shirt, just because you get the ink, then you melt it with the powder, and then you actually end up doing 4 different presses on the shirt just to get it in. You let the film cool, and then you press it back in just to solidify it in there. Most of the time you do a front and a back. So it's quite a process just to do one shirt, but that's just the kind of way we do it. We do have the ability to do direct to garment as well, that is where you put the ink right on the shirt. It takes a pre-treating process, which we've just kind of shied away from. Direct to film, I think, is just better. It gets you a more crisp design, and I think it just stays better.
Yeah, right now. Okay, so as far as hours, they're flexible. You have flexible hours around here. So if it's always better if someone reaches out beforehand, it's like, hey, can I come visit you, or can we just discuss things over? Best way to contact you.
You can always just text me or email us, and we can always find a time. I'll take your phone call as well, but oftentimes I just don't get to it in time, or I just don't want to. No. Just texting is literally always the best thing for me. Then I have a paper trail. I can look back at who you are, what you were wanting, everything like that. Our business hours, we're typically here 9:30-ish to 4:30-ish, but not always. So always just text us, call us, send us an email. You can set up a time if you want to come in and chat about designs or anything else you want to pick up stuff. We also own the place, so we can really come in at any time and figure something out.
What has been the biggest order so far? I mean, of anything, shirts or whatever you've done.
Probably we're fortunate enough to get like the Worthington Renaissance for like the Worthington Middle School when the kids are doing a good job. We did I think 400 shirts for that this year, and I think last year it was about the same. So that's been probably one of the bigger ones. Otherwise, embroidery stuff, we've had about 200 hats before, 250 hats, hockey tournaments and stuff like that. So that's what's really nice about this machine is you can do 6 at a time, and it makes it able to be done quickly. Our turnaround time is typically, we say 10 business days. Oftentimes, depending on how many things you've ordered, it's usually a lot faster than that. We pride ourselves on a quick turnaround time, and that's, yeah, we want you to be able to have your stuff yesterday like you wanted it.
Right, exactly. How many employees you got?
I have one. Her name is Sammy, and she is the absolute best thing that has ever happened. She keeps me sane and keeps this place running, and you'll find her here basically every day from 9:30 to 2:30.
And you'll probably find her getting bonuses on the regular.
Of course. I told her we're going to go to the tropics once we get this big rig paid off.
Talking to Haley Brandel, she owns Kustom Threadz. We are here at the Strip Mall on Oxford Street. That's right next to Schwalbach Ace Hardware and Scooter's Coffee and all that. So remember, when you give her a phone call, phone number to call or text.
Text, yes.
Text.
507-360-2534.
All right, so remember, when you give her a call or when you give her a text, make sure that you do mention that you saw her here on Focus Forward here on Studio 3. Anything else you want to add?
I don't think so. It's great to interview with you again.
I know, right? Like old times back at the radio station. We'll be back. We'll talk about what's coming up on the community calendar next. Welcome back to Focus Forward. My name is Jamie Salinas, and time to talk about what's going on the community calendar. A couple items for you here today coming up in April. First off, the Shining Fame Performance Burger Fundraiser. This is to benefit Shining Fame's Platinum team, who is working hard to get to Florida for the Dance Worlds competition, USADA sanctioning body, and actually they have earned bids for all of their dances that they've been competing against other studios for, and have received bids for all of their dances. So they will be competing in April and down in Florida for Dance World. So good luck to the Shining Fame Platinum team. Their burger fundraiser actually going to be coming up on April the 5th. That'll be from 5:30 to 7:30. Going to be over at the Worthington Elks Lodge for $12. It gets you a burger, chips, salad, dessert, and a water. And you can add an extra burger for $4. And again, that's the Shining Fame Burger Fundraiser coming up April 5th, 5:30 to 7:30 over at the Worthington Elks Lodge. Thank you to the Elks for letting them use their facility to host this event. Salute to Women Banquet. That is coming up on Monday, April 22nd. At the Worthington Event Center. We'll have social from 5:30 to 6. From 6 to 7, we will have the supper. And then from 7 to 7:30, we'll have the program. At 7:30, we'll have entertainment with Divas Through the Decades. That'll be performing at Salute to Women. And cost for that, $30 per person. And if you want to get tickets, just call our office, the Forward Worthington office, and we can certainly help you out with that. Phone number to call, 372-2919. Or you can send us an email, wcofc@forwardworthington.com. Again, that is on April 22nd, it's a Monday. That is the Salute to Women Banquet. And that is going to do it for another Focus Forward here on Studio 3. My name is Jamie Salinas from Forward Worthington. We'll see you next time.